Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are continuing on with our little series that is the KRBK week prompts. Today, this one is going up. It's Bakugou's birthday, so happy birthday Bakugou, woo! So today's prompt, it's number 2, and the prompt for this one that I chose was birthday surprise. So obviously this is a My Hero Academia fanfiction. I pretty much rate all of my things teen just because, Bakugou has bad language and they're in a relationship and all that sort of good stuff. The characters in this one are Kirishima, Bakugou, and I believe the whole Baku squad is in this one. I actually can't remember right this second. Obviously, the relationship is Kirishima and Bakugou. There aren't any side relationships or anything. Some of the tag prompts for myself are birthday party, surprise party, established relationship, Baku squad shenanigans, Kirishima Eijiro is a good boyfriend, tooth rotting fluff, happy ending, marriage proposal, engagement, and I'm thinking maybe Bakugou Katsuki centric, since it is kind of like third person POV, Bakugou POV type of situation. Alright, here's the summary. Katsuki knows his friends are planning a surprise birthday party. They're terrible at keeping secrets. What he doesn't know is that the real surprise isn't the party. Here's the fic. Katsuki wasn't stupid, which meant when Mina abruptly stopped talking the second he unlocked the apartment door last week, he noticed. When Kaminari shoved something under the couch cushion like Katsuki had caught him committing a felony, he noticed that too. When Saro said, "Oh, hey, you're home early," despite the fact that Katsuki got home at the same time every night, yeah, he noticed. He didn't say anything, but he noticed. It was his birthday week. They'd all been hovering, too cheerful, too coordinated. Kirishima had been suspiciously busy and suspiciously bad at hiding it. Katsuki had pieced it together in record time. A surprise party. Idiots. He hadn't called them out on it. He could have, easily. But he let Kirishima think he was being slick. Let Mina whisper in corners. Let Kaminari panic every time his phone buzzed. He wasn't heartless. If they wanted to give him a stupid little surprise, he could pretend. Tonight, he stepped off patrol later than usual, shoulders sore, gloves tucked into his belt. The hallway outside their apartment smelled faintly like something fried. He paused at the door, voices inside. Multiple. He snorted softly. Subtle as a damn air raid siren, he thought. He unlocked the door and stepped inside. Surprise! The apartment exploded with noise. Streamers were taped to the ceiling fan. Balloons crowded the corners. A banner hung crookedly across the back wall that read, "Happy Birthday, Katsuki." There was a cake on the kitchen counter that looked like someone had attempted to sculpt an explosion and only halfway succeeded. Katsuki rolled his eyes. "You idiots are loud." Mina pointed at him accusingly. "He's not even surprised." "Because you're obvious," he shot back. He smirked. Called it, he thought. Kirishima stood near the center of the living room, grinning like he'd personally orchestrated a military operation. Katsuki felt that stupid warm thing in his chest. They'd done all this for him. He stepped fully into the room, toeing off his boots, relaxed, smug. This was it, exactly what he'd predicted. Then Kirishima took his hand. Not casually, not fingers brushing, he laced their hands together. Katsuki blinked. The noise didn't stop immediately. It faded gradually, like someone was lowering the volume of the entire room. Mina's hands flew to her mouth. Kaminari's expression changed first, excitement flashing across his face. Saro slowly lifted his phone. Katsuki frowned. "Eiji, what the fuck is going on?" Kirishima stepped forward and then dropped to one knee in the middle of their living room in front of everyone. For a second, Katsuki genuinely thought his brain had misfired. This wasn't part of it. You don't like being surprised, Kirishima said, voice steady but thick around the edges. I know that. Katsuki's heart slammed hard against his ribs. But I wanted you to have something bigger than just a party. You deserve something that shows how much you mean to all of us. To me. The room was silent, completely. You're my partner, Kirishima continued, softer now. In fights, in life, in everything. I don't want a future that doesn't have you in it. His free hand opened, and there it was. A ring. It was black, matte metal, tungsten or titanium. He couldn't tell exactly at first glance. It looked forged instead of polished. Through the center ran a deep red gemstone stripe. Dark, clean, absolutely striking. Like a burn line, like a fuse. It wasn't delicate, it wasn't flashy. It was strong. It looked like it belonged to him. Katsuki. Kirishima's voice dipped just slightly. Will you marry me? Silence. Katsuki stared. For a moment, he couldn't breathe. He'd known about the party. He thought he'd figured everything out. He thought he was 5 steps ahead. He hadn't seen this, not even close. Everyone was watching, not laughing, not teasing, just waiting. Something in his chest cracked wide open. You. He started, and his throat felt tight. Kirishima's fingers flexed slightly around the ring. You absolute idiot, Katsuki said hoarsely. A collective inhale swept through the room. You think I'd say no? The relief on Kirishima's face was immediate and devastating. Katsuki didn't let him stay on one knee. He grabbed him by the collar and kissed him hard. The room detonated. Mina screamed. Kaminari shouted something unintelligible. Someone nearly knocked the cake over. Sarah whistled loud enough to shake the windows. Katsuki didn't care. He fisted his hand in Kirishima's shirt and kissed him like he needed oxygen. When they finally pulled apart, he was breathing hard. Put it on, he muttered. Kirishima laughed, shaky and overwhelmed, and slid the ring onto his finger. It fit perfectly. Of course it did. Katsuki stared at it for half a second, black metal against his skin, the dark red stripe cutting clean through the center. Strong, unbreakable, perfect. He flexed his fingers once like he needed proof it was real. Mina tackled them both. He didn't shove her away. Kaminari crushed Kirishima in a hug from the side. He didn't yell. Sero clapped him on the back. Even the teasing was softer than usual. Katsuki hated public affection, hated being the center of attention, hated being perceived. But tonight, he let Kirishima keep holding his hand. He didn't pull away from Mina when she hugged them. He didn't snap when everyone cheered. Because he'd thought he'd figured everything out. Turns out the only thing he hadn't planned for was the one thing that mattered most. And he'd never been happier to be wrong. All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed this one. I just thought it would be super cute. Originally, I just kind of was like, oh, they're going to plan a surprise party. And then I was like, you know what? No, this would be funnier. Katsuki thinks he's slick and has birthday party surprise figured out, but the party is not actually the surprise. I love it. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that you enjoyed the cute fluff for Bakugou's birthday. Since this one is only number 2, you guys probably will not have figured out yet, but they're all going to be fluffy, birthday fluff. And I hope that you guys will come back and join me for the next one. If you do, then I'll see you next time.